Ciao, and welcome back to Little Red Roaming. Thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Little Red. I hope that you guys enjoyed that silly montage video I put up of our trip to Niagara. We had an amazing time up there, and I have so many more pictures and footage of all the things we did. I'm also going to write a review of some of the wine tastings that we went on, which were fabulous. So if you're interested in checking that out, I will have that up on my blog later this week. And yeah, it was an amazing trip. I definitely recommend doing a weekend in Niagara if you're a local New Englander and you can get up there just to do a couple days and travel around. It doesn't get boring. There's always a million things to do. And it's just such a beautiful area to visit. So definitely check it out if you have the chance. So as you might be able to tell by the title of the video, today I'm going to be talking about making friends when you're traveling. And there's this weird misconception that if you're traveling solo, that you're going to be alone. And that is not the case at all. You're not going to be alone. You're not going to be lonely because you're going to meet so many totally rad and amazing people. You're never actually going to be alone. I mean, of course, there's going to be moments of homesickness, and that just happens to everyone. That's totally fine, and you'll figure out a way to work through it and handle it. But you're never really gonna feel a deep sense of loneliness because you're always gonna be surrounded by new friends. And some of those people that you meet, you're going to stay in touch with. And it's the most beautiful, profound thing when two souls meet and connect in such an intense way as you do when you're traveling. Because you're sharing an experience together that you really can't put words to. I met people from so many different walks of life and so many life experiences. And we shared stories, we shared meals, we laughed together, we explored new cities together. And those memories that I have of traveling are colored by the friends that I met while traveling. And it is such a beautiful, amazing thing. But I do see that a lot of people are worried that they're not going to make those friends, especially if you're shy. Maybe it's a little harder for you to meet new people. You're not going to walk up to a stranger on the street and say hello, whereas I do. I talk to everybody that I meet everywhere I go. I look at every single person in the world as a friend I haven't made yet. So if you ever see me in public and you want to come up and say hi to me, please do, because I will probably give you a big hug and, chat with you for a little bit. But if you're not like me, there's a few things you can do to make your stay and your travels a little bit easier if you're going by yourself and you're nervous about that. So one of the ways that you can meet people when you're traveling beforehand, before you even get to another country, is to use couchsurfing. So the couchsurfing community, people will post in there and they'll plan meetups with each other if you're both traveling in the same city the same day, or maybe there's a local who is willing to show you around. And knowing that when you get to the city, you already have a group of people that you've kind of spoken to a little bit and you're going to meet them there, that can help with your nervousness a lot. Especially if you're all travelers, because you're all experiencing this place for the first time. And so you'll have a lot of shared experiences that you want to do. So like if you meet with people in Paris, you probably all want to go to the Eiffel Tower or the Louvre. And whereas if you meet in Italy, you're all probably going to want to go drink wine and eat pizza. It's nice to have people that you know you're going to meet them there ahead of time. It gives you a little bit of a sense of security. And I did that in Reykjavik in Iceland. It was my first time out of the United States. And so I had planned to meet with a group of travelers in the city that our paths were all just crossing for a couple of days. And it really, really helped me kind of get into the swing of travel and really feel more comfortable in my own skin there. So another way that you can meet other travelers when you're on the road by yourself is to stay in hostels that have planned events. Whether they do dinner every night or they have just a different event every night. It could be like an open mic music night or movies that they play in the common area. Find hostels that have those advertised or on, their reviews, people mention that. Because you know that you're going to be elbow to elbow with other people who are doing the same thing you are. They're all travelers, and maybe there's going to be some solo travelers there who are also looking to meet new people in the city that they're in. I mean, what better way to meet people than to share a meal with them? It's a nice communal thing where you're face to face with each other, and if you're not talking, it's really awkward, so everyone will just start talking and you'll make friends pretty quickly. Some hostels have bar crawls that you can go on, or this one hostel that I stayed in Prague actually had a bar in their basement that everyone went and hung out at till about 11 o'clock, and then they went out somewhere else. So that was fun. You get to meet people beforehand and then all go out together. I made some great friends while I was in Prague because of that. A few more things that you can use to meet other people when you're traveling are websites and apps like TravBuddy, which I haven't used myself, but I have read a couple of really good reviews on it. People seem to find that it's pretty useful. It sounds very similar to Couchsurfing to me, but try them both. Maybe see which one works better for you. You can also meet people by volunteering in different countries, so you'll get to know people through the team that you're working with, or even working abroad or study abroad programs. And in that token, you could take a class. You could take a language learning class, maybe a dance class, or a cooking class that is specific to that area, and that might be a very unique way to meet new people as well. And it gives you some context and conversation starters there. The best advice that I can give you, though, take a deep breath and say hello. Don't worry about feeling awkward or looking stupid or saying something dumb or talking to somebody who doesn't speak your language. Just start the conversation, because I guarantee you at least one or two people around you probably are feeling just as nervous as you are. It's like experiencing the first day of high school over and over and over again every time you go to a new city. At some point in a long-term trip where you're bouncing from city to city, that feeling will become normalized and you'll be comfortable with it. Just embrace it. Think of it as this exciting push. When you feel that nervousness, that's you expanding your own horizons. One of the best parts about travel is the people that you meet. And I value and cherish every conversation and every friendship that I brought home with me. I hope some of my tidbits and my rambling help some of you guys that are feeling nervous about going out to travel by yourself, because it's such a great adventure and you shouldn't hold back just because you don't have someone to travel with you. You won't be lonely. You'll meet so many people, and the friendships you meet will be the most fabulous and beautiful and magical things, and you'll meet people that you never expected to become friends with, who you will maybe make plans to go and visit someday, and so you'll be able to see even more of the world. So if that fear of being lonely when you travel is what's been holding you back, I hope that some of the things I've said in this video will help you take that step forward and take that step out the door and go on your own adventure. And if you do, I would love to hear about it. If you have any really amazing stories about people you've met while traveling or unique ways that you've made friends while traveling, please tell me about it in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. If you also have a YouTube channel or a blog where you talk about travel, I would love to see that and hear about it as well, so link me to your projects. As I've said before, you guys are welcome to follow me on Instagram and on Snapchat. You can check out my blog as well. I will link all of those down below. On that note, thank you so much. You are awesome. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Ciao!